Hi guys, my name is Noel and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my channel is designed to help you access important information on how you can study abroad, especially in the European Union Schengen area at a very affordable tuition fees and even in some cases free of charge. You don't have to break the bank to study abroad. All you need is right information and that's what you're going to get here on my channel. So let's dive into it. Again, I'm going to talk about Luxembourg, the University of Luxembourg. So, can you work and study in Luxembourg? I'm going to share with you everything you need to know about working as a student in Luxembourg. I've made several videos where I explained about the conditions for you to work in Luxembourg as a student. And if you are very familiar with my channel, you might have come across several places I mentioned about working in Luxembourg as a student. But I still keep on getting a lot of questions on this particular area about working and how many hours you're supposed to work and what does the law says about you working in Luxembourg as a foreign student in Luxembourg. So that's why I'm trying to make this video specifically to address any remaining concern or worry about working in Luxembourg as a student. Okay, so as a general principle, all students that are enrolled at the University of Luxembourg are authorized to work during their studies. Okay, so once you are enrolled at the University of Luxembourg and you are in that country legally as a student, you are authorized to work during your studies, regardless of your nationality, during the school holidays. Normally, um, during school time, you can work throughout the year 15 hours per week. You cannot work more than that during school session. Okay, so during school time, when school is in session, the maximum hours you're supposed to work as a foreign student living in Luxembourg at the University of Luxembourg is 15 hours per week. Do not break the law. That's what the law says. If you're a foreign student or you're a student in Luxembourg, regardless of your nationality, you're allowed to work for 15 hours per week during school session. Now, during the holidays, you can work for 40 hours per week. During holidays, you can work for 40 hours per week. However, there is a caveat there. There is age restriction right there. Okay, there is age restriction if you are going to work for 40 hours during the holidays. And please hold on, I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that. It's very, very important that you understand that it's not everyone that can work full time during the holidays because of age cap right there. Okay, let's start with 15 hours per week. So if you are a student in Luxembourg and you are there legally, okay, in Luxembourg, you can work 15 hours all year round. During school session, you're allowed to work 15 hours per week. And there's no age limit on this one. So whether you are 20 or 27, above that, as long as you have the working age in Luxembourg and you are in the country as a student legally and you have no problems with the system, then you can work for 15 hours per week during school session. There's no age limit. And you can have a fixed time contract for students. It may exceed 60 months, that is 5 years, and may not be renewed more than twice. So the maximum number of hours worked may not exceed 15 hours per week. So if you're a foreign student in Luxembourg during school session, please don't work more than 15 hours per week during school session. That's what the law says. Okay. Now, it's also important for you to know what amount you could earn if you work 15 hours per week. So the remuneration must correspond to at least the hourly minimum social wage. And based on my research, this is about 1,998.59 gross euro gross per month. Index July 2018 for people age 18 and over. So if you are age 18 and over and you're working in Luxembourg as a student, you could earn roughly close to 2,000 euros a month. That's a fairly decent salary in Luxembourg if you are 18 and above and you're working for 15 hours per week. This could be your monthly salary gross 1,998.59 euros gross per month. Okay, which is really fair. It's really reasonable. Right? I think it's fair. And let's look at the age restriction that applies if you're going to work during the holidays. Okay, can you work for 40 hours per week during the holidays? Here's what the law says. Okay, there is age requirement for you to work 40 hours per week as a student during the holidays in Luxembourg. Okay, to work during the holidays for 40 hours per week, you must be under 27 years old. Okay, for you to work for 40 hours as a student during the holidays in Luxembourg, you must be under 27 years old. However, if you are over 27 years old, you can only work under a conventional fixed-term contract. I don't know what that means. Maybe if you go to University of Luxembourg, they will explain to you better what that conventional fixed-term contract means. I have no idea what that means. Okay? Now, work during the school holidays is limited to 2 months per calendar year, only during the holidays. So that means limited for 2 months per calendar years. Okay? And the remuneration must be at least 80% of the minimum social wage, increased with age. Okay? So guys, that's all I have for you on the part of working in Luxembourg as a student. So if you are a student in Luxembourg, you can work for 15 hours during the school session, regardless of your age. There's no age limit with this. So you can work 15 hours all year round, okay? But during school session, you're allowed to work for 15 hours, okay? Very important. But also, if you are under 27 years of age, you can work for 40 hours during holidays in Luxembourg. Okay? If you are under 27 years of age, you can work for 40 hours during holidays. But remember, your primary goal is to study and not to work. So make sure you always prioritize your studies when you are a foreign student, because at the end of the day, when you graduate and have your certificate, you have more chances to get even bigger job and to settle in that country. So don't be carried away by the euphoria of the environment that you lose focus on why you are there in the first place. Fix your eyes on the goal and make sure any job you have does not affect your studies adversely. Be smart, be proactive, be disciplined, and make sure you are doing the right thing. And above all, make sure you are obeying the law of the land. Okay? If you work hard, if you're disciplined, if you're consistent, then success will come your way. Remember, you have the power to bend reality and create your own future. Please, guys, thank you for watching. Like this video, share it. You can follow me on my Instagram, please, inspired underscore Noel, TikTok, the Human Investor, and X. And X is A Destiny Realized. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Stay focused. You have the power to bend reality and create your own future. Catch you.